All right. It's good to connect with everyone today, as always. And we will begin by continuing our review in the workbook. This is lesson 212. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. I have a function God would have me fill. I seek the function that would set me free from all the vain illusions of the world. Only the function God has given me can offer freedom. Only this I seek, and only this will I accept as mine. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. We can just rest with this workbook lesson as we go into this space of silence together. Only the function God has given me can offer freedom. So we want to become single-minded in our purpose. I know some of us here were on David's movie gathering yesterday, and then the movie, one of the characters said, "Do not be double-minded." So that's a message to all of us. To not be double-minded. And this lesson reminds us what the single-minded purpose is. Forgiveness is our function. And it's only this that we want. That's a relief, because the world can offer a wearying amount of choices. There's also a line in the movie where he said his instructions are a map, because they were thinking they didn't have a map to get through the last part, the journey. So we can follow the map that has been provided. And today's lesson is part of that map. To keep realizing the function that we have here.
And he's even using the word seek there. I seek, because it could be, okay, what is the map, or what is the function, what is the direction? But it's in the lesson. It says, I seek the function that would set me free from all the vain illusions of the world. Only the function God has given me can offer freedom. He's saying somewhere else in the course, you came here for seeking. So seek you must, seek you will. So to seek for the function that God has given, rather than seeking to improve a self or to accomplish something for the future, to keep seeking the function God has given, no matter what is going on. That's very soothing and very freeing, very restful. Because I think it can be that feeling sometimes, well, what is it? What is my function? What is God's function for me? You know, it can be, many people think about that. And it is forgiveness. So it is to go within and go through the layers of our persona, see the layers of the persona, and see what are the obstacles that are put outside. That's what we are moving through. That's the forgiveness that we're called to. Yeah, it comes to mind again, the line of seek not outside yourself, because you will weep each time an idol falls. Line came to mind. And that said, we can do those meetings. It seems to be outside, you know, people outside we join with. But it's for the purpose of within. It's for the purpose of joining within. But it is each one's calling, responsibility, invitation to find it within. To see where the ego says, no, that doesn't work. Go and do that, go and do this. But that's a neurotic behavior. There is a fear that gets projected onto, or as a person, as a persona, as layers of the persona. And we can look at, we can have the intention to see our fears. No matter what the form they take. There are so many gems in the course that are so helpful. I used to have the line come to me, guilt is never justified. Guilt is never justified. The ego would always say, well, but you did that, or you said that wrong. You know, the little voice in the head complains all the time. And that brings guilt, you know, that, oh, I should have done something differently. I should be different in some way. And that line and many other lines in the course, we can use them as just such a powerful, beautiful help. And my calling is not to feel guilty. It isn't justified. To be the forgiving eyes. watch with forgiving eyes our minds. Does anyone want to share anything? Bring up anything?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hear me? First of all, I just want to say thank you for arranging this every morning, even though I'm not joining. But it's just a good feeling to know that you're out there. And I wanted to share something that I saw on Facebook the other day that is helpful for me. It said, be grateful for your triggers because they show you where you are still not free. That's like a line that is helpful for me right now.
Mm.
I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I like that as a step on your triggers. The first step with triggers is to be annoyed, to feel really bad, but to feel grateful is like, that's a good step. Because then we're open to heal it. And because it comes from guilt within ourselves. The triggers come from guilt within ourselves. Vanessa?
Yeah, I want to say thank you for saying that guilt is never justified or is not justified. Because yeah, I was feeling so guilty when I start to analyze my sharing. I should not have said that, or just this guilt just to say what I said, just to share, just to have shared with you guys yesterday, and to feel responsible for, for someone's feelings, and I felt angry because for me, when someone's sharing something, and then afterwards, and the other person say, "Oh, when you share something there," and it's a little bit confused for me, because sharing, what I understand about sharing just is release. And when you feel safe in a place where someone can really hold the space for you, and then you feel so, oh my God, I can feel confident I can feel my heart open just to say about my shit, my thoughts, my beliefs, and it doesn't matter how it look like. It's just where I am. And but sometimes it's so difficult to accept where I am, and just believe like I should be somewhere else, should be more advanced in my mind. And just like what came to my mind was some part of the Course in Miracle, and Jesus say something like, God accept you where you are. And yeah, but just feeling like, oh, and after the movie yesterday, I was like, I want to run. And I was like, oh my God. But even the movie, they said, oh, Dave said something like, you don't need to run. Just go despacio, go slowly, go. If the Holy Spirit takes time, the Holy Spirit never is about run. But yeah, I thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, God, for accepting me where I am. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Vanessa. Sounds beautiful that you wanted to run for God in inspired joy. When David said you should go slow, I think that was more, don't run with the ego. Yeah. But if you want to run with God, I think that's completely welcomed. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge that movie last night was just incredible, actually. Every part of it, like those bits where you get stuck along the journey and, yeah, don't know which way to turn. And I think where I am at the moment, this financial fear has arisen again. And I loved how the movie sort of like looked at that. Everything's for sale in this world, and it is. And it was so yucky, actually, like to sort of like be so aware of that in the moment. But I can see this fear is up, and I'm not entirely sure what to do with it. Now, to just what Jesus asked me to do is just say the lesson each time these things come up. And again, it was like David kept talking about you need do nothing. And it's like, this fear of, being able to trust enough that that's enough to just each time it comes up, rather than go into some form of analysis or, do a worksheet on it or something. I feel like the map's not clear just at the moment, but it's my mind. So because I do want to be single-minded, this is a great opportunity not to be so double-minded. But yeah, I don't know if you can speak to that at all, about whether that's enough to just keep moving with the lesson today.
that is very enough.
Yeah, there's a part that feels like I have to do something, I have to, I can't clear it, just by trusting in spirit. It's like, wow.
Yeah, the message that comes now is be of good cheer, because I have overcome the world. That's what Jesus says. We think we have to overcome the world, but we can be of good cheer already. He has overcome the world. Not for us, as Christianity says, but we are the same mind. We can often believe we have, this and that block and this thing and that to heal, and, but to come and rest in, be of good cheer. Cast your cares upon him, because he's got it all down. He said that he has gone through everything. I don't even like saying he, I don't even like saying Jesus, as some kind of person outside that is God's son. We don't want it's not with our past glasses we look at this with this higher being that is better than us or more advanced. It's our mind. It's here, it's available. That's why we can be of good cheer. Dirk.
Yeah, thank you. I felt a fear coming up right now, all these minutes, because tomorrow I have an examination. And I think, or now a few minutes ago, there came a stronger fear about it, to be somehow not, to being not in control of what happens with and to my body. And this idea is fearful. I think I have this strong belief in my body and in to control my body, even what to eat, what to drink. And now this treatment tomorrow, will be tomorrow a treatment, an examination. It's an examination for just to have to control something, to have a look at something. So it's not about a case or an illness. It's just a normal thing. So, and it was recommended by my doctor to do it because of my age, and it's in my body. So the first time that they examine the part of my body inwards, I could say so, and it's a bit, yeah. So I will be in a kind of sleep while this will happen. So, and it's completely about giving up control. And I feel fear and sadness about it. Yes, as if something ends, or it's a weird thing. As if I want so strongly hold on to my body, and this seriousness, and not to be in control what will happen and what happens to my body. And yeah, there's a stronger fear than I thought behind this. I think I made it up. My mind, it's somehow crazy. Yeah. So I would like to pray that I learn to trust trust and to use it, to forgive it, yeah, to apply the lesson for today, even to these thoughts. Now I think of this movie, The Man Who Knew Too Little. He was in this torture scene, you know, and he was very, very light-hearted, and he took it easily. So, and because now it's coming to my mind, scene, yeah, and to see it now, it's this concept. They will examine my body inwardly, and I'm fearful about it, and I see it as a torture somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just felt this deeper fear and sadness. Yeah.
Yeah. When comparing that, it feels like, yes, something has been flushed up because of this event coming tomorrow.
Mm.
But what comes to me to say is, see if you can allow yourself to know that the mind is in charge. Mind is in charge. That because you said the boss has asked that you go through this.
My doctor, yeah. My doctor.
Your doctor, okay, your doctor. And to see, okay, that is still your mind.
Yes.
And what a helpful image Spirit gave you, the man who knew too little, the torture scene.
Yeah.
Maybe when it comes to the body, we can be the man who knew too little. Because Jesus says, leave all the things that don't matter to me. And the things that matter, your mind. He says that in the Course. And that feels very safe to leave the body in the hands of Spirit. We would only be afraid if we were left to something unhelpful, something unloving. And that could only be the ego. And we project that onto people, but if we see that our mind is in charge, or mind is in charge, there is nothing to fear. All events will be seen as just an event on the path that is offered by love or by Spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. I had an appointment before last week for this case, an appointment to speak about it. There sat another patient beside me, and we came in contact and had a talk, and suddenly he said to give trust, and I took it with me. Oh, interesting! Was a little somehow very interesting to hear it this room with him in this in these rooms with the medical stuff around us, surrounding by these other patients and doctors and so on, and to see, yeah, to give trust, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in my mind, this idea, yeah.
Go there as a, sent by spirits, or as a miracle worker. Like, the world has so many fears and false cause and effects relationships. Like, yeah, maybe the food, you said something about the food or the diet, could cause some problem in the body, and now the body needs to be investigated, for prevention, not if there is issue, but to check it out that all is okay.
Yeah, it's just this,
Yeah,
prevention.
and you don't have to believe that. You can walk there as a miracle worker, as a, you don't need to believe in the world's cause and effect relationship.
Yeah, because, oh yes, I thought about prevention is real. So okay.
So Jesus has you do this, you could see it that way. Then it is, you do it in trust.
Yes. That's a good, very good, it's a helpful thought, yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. This is a very good topic, I think. Because we can be defensive when it comes to our own bodies, or fearful. But those kind of events can be trigger. Tina said, be grateful for the triggers.
Oh yes.
For healing. So having an instrument be put in the part of the body to check the body internally. Yeah, it could be a trigger. And it could be perhaps even trauma memory, trauma memory that will be triggered, or is already triggered at the thought of it. So it feels like an opportunity for healing, even just your preparation now that you do with the Holy Spirit. Yeah. And I feel strongly that message, to leave everything that doesn't matter to him, Spirit, and that includes the body. I practice it many times when it comes to those kind of things, medical or different things, and pulling teeth and putting in a new tooth. And there was fear of that stuff. And I was like, no, I'm gonna just use this as a backdrop to extend and to have holy encounters with the people who work there, the doctor and the dentist, and it was very nice. It was very, very healing and very holy to not go for the cause that is said, that the world says. Go just to be a miracle worker. and face fear if there was some.
Mhm.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Have a good day tomorrow.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, Tina, you had something more?
Just a quick question. I was wondering about this movie workshops. Is there something that you organize regularly? And if
No,
that's
this is
so.
David. David organized them every
Okay, so good.
yeah. That's where Anne joined and the guys here. Yeah.
And which was the movie yesterday?
The Pilgrim's Progress.
Pilgrim's Progress.
Yes.
Okay.
Animated film.
Okay,
It
thank
was
you.
good. You will enjoy it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for today.
Thank you.
Every day.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you very much. Bye. Bye.